Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this mini tutorial series on how to map in Elmlore. This will be using Tiled, which is an awesome map editor, and I'm no expert at mapping myself, but hopefully this is a good head start for you guys to get into mapping and help contribute to our game. So go to elmlore.com and check out the wiki. The wiki is a great place for information. Hopefully other people would like to contribute. You'll have to message me directly if you ever want to. In this series we're going to basically be talking about installing Tiled and getting it loaded and getting our assets pack into it. So go to mapping on the wiki, or check out the description. I'll probably put it right in there as well. And here there will be information. This might completely look different. Don't be overwhelmed by that. This series will probably change here and there over time. We'll have to do update videos, but this should be around the same idea, just trial and error. So the downloads here for Windows, Ubuntu, or Mac, or you can go to their actual website right here and grab it. So I'm just going to click the Windows build here and download it directly. I'm going to keep it. And we're going to wait for that to download. We're now going to go to resources, and it'll actually tell you here as well, download our asset pack. But I'll show you the full way to get there if you have a problem finding that link. You go to resources, and then basically there'll be a developer section, and it's called the Elmlore Assets Pack. So right now it's 1.2. I keep it updated. It was updated 4 minutes ago. Ooh. You download the pack, and it should be faster than the Tiled website, and we're going to accept this error. You would have got a black screen, but Windows 7 and Windows 8 users, you'll be prompted with the admin, do you accept to blah 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 when you're installing it. That's normal. That's why you saw a black screen. So I'm just going to accept this, accept, installed. Now I've had this installed and your settings are going to be saved, so the second I launch this it might load something else. Actually no, this is a pretty good start. Some of my layout might be slightly different than the vanilla layout. I don't actually think there's a reset to basics here, so if something is a bit different, just go by the titles of things like properties, tile sets, terrains, for example. So now this is Tiled. Tiled's a wonderful program. For our game, we're going to have everything in basically zones. So let me just go and create this for a second and show you. So we're going to have them in regions, I should say, more than anything. But we'll have like one spot. Actually, let's add an object layer. This would be perfect for this example. We'll have this as one area, and then we'll have this as another area, and then we'll have this one as one area, kind of like that. Actually, that's a better example. They're going to be all connected in a sense. Come on. I suck one for the object layer. But anyways, yeah, so that's one tile. And basically what we're doing is we're making everything connected completely. So this might be a forest, and it goes into here, and the forest might continue a bit and goes into a beach or a desert. You sort of like transition everything in the same map, or even in a completely different map if you want to, near the border of it. But basically we're having them all connected, so if a road went down here and then up here, that's completely fine. But when you start a new map, you basically the settings are going to be default. You can just double check, make sure they're set right. Our maps are going to be 240 by 240 size, just so you know. And that's your first map. Now we're going to go to the assets pack that we downloaded, and we're going to just click on it, and I should probably put a little folder in there instead. But create a folder on your desktop or wherever you feel comfortable putting it, and feel free to run a virus scanner or whatever. There is no actual binaries of any kind on here. It's just literally the map files are actually a text file, so you can actually open them up, and everything else is image files. So I guess image files can be technically, well, they're not really binary. Well, I guess they are binary technically, but anyways, you should be safe. Well, you will be safe. I package them myself, but it's the internet. People will get worried. So I have some examples. The best way to start is looking at examples, and I'll update these over time. These are basically the actual maps on the server. So you'll see 001. That's the grid layout. So 001 would have been like the one we had. Let's do that object layer again, so this is kind of fun. So this is like 001. and then 001, 002 would be here. Then down here, this would be 002, 001. This would be 002, 002. Does that kind of make sense? It's like a proper grid pattern. So right here, this would be 001, 003, and this would be 002, 003. And if you put it in this corner, this would be 003, 003. So if that makes sense, then this will make your life a lot easier. This is a really huge map, and I'm going to show you here. We're going to close this, doesn't matter. And we're going to just drag our map on here. I think we can drag this on here. Oh, well, if it wants to be a pain, which sometimes it is, we can just go to open. That's probably better anyways. There you go. So this is what it looks like to normal scale roughly when you're in the game. If you hit Control minus or Control scroll wheel, you can see, wow, it's like a pretty big map. And then when you zoom right out, you can see, yeah, 240 by 240 is huge. Now, there is one rule when it comes to mapping. That is, pretend there's an invisible border 20 pixels out. So nothing should be basically 20 pixels or closer to the border. So if we hover over here at the bottom left, you'll see it'll give us the coordinates. So right here, I messed up and got a little too close. It should be fine, but you should try to make everything 20 pixels plus. Mainly because when you have a large resolution monitor and you get close to the border, you'll start seeing it screwing up, right? Because you're getting close, and the whole point is if you're 20 pixels away, then the player doesn't have to, you know, see past the border, I guess, and see that there's nothing there. It's like an invisible world or an empty world, and that's the whole point of like the 20 tile rule. Did I say pixels? I meant tiles. But up and down isn't as bad. We don't have to be crazy about that, only because monitors are wider than taller, so it won't be a huge deal. So yeah, this is our first map, and then basically the user right now anyways would spawn here, and then there's a little cave here they can go through, and they can walk down here, go into an old man's house, and the way we have it laid out is the 001, 001, and then you see the -1. The -1s are basically our outdoor playing field, like the outdoor world. And then 02, if we open up here, is, are you going to be a pain still? Yep, you're being a pain. Our -2 is basically the interior, the indoor. Rather than making an interior for every single house, we add one here. So you can see I'm playing with the 20... Yeah, right on the dot almost, the 20 tile rule. You see it more here because we have collision. We'll get into that in the future. But if you zoom out here, you can see all that space. We're still doing the same map. Actually, I could probably shorten it just for loading speeds and stuff, and I might do that later. But you can see I'm using the same style large map. And then I did the old man's interior housing on here, and then I'll split. I'll put another one here for another house, and another one, etc., etc. And this is sort of how we split them off and conserve space, but also make it a little easier for organization. And then you saw the cave, right? Well, this is what the cave looks like. Basically, I guess it's still doing that pain thing. The cave will be 3, 4, 5, 6. So basically, when it comes to caves, you can go just up and up and up. Or if you do have enough room, you could add more than one cave. But you can see caves end up taking quite a bit of chunk anyway, so you might get maybe 2 or 3 caves on there, but more chances, unless they're tiny caves, you might just end up creating multiple caves, which is completely fine. And you can actually do spawns. So basically, with the tiled, you have the power to create spawning areas, like, you know, in MMOs you see mobs spawn in the area. Basically, that's what you can do, and teleports. That's basically the 2 object-oriented things that you can do. And then adding NPCs and everything requires scripting and a whole different ball game, and we'll get into that in the future. But that's quite more challenging. But hey, we got to start somewhere, right? So I think that's going to wrap up this episode. The next episode, we're going to actually start on a fresh map. We'll just do for fun 001, 002. And we'll just basically give you a little tour of the tools and how it works, and yeah, hopefully you'll enjoy it. So thank you so much for watching. If you like the series, please like and comment and subscribe if you like, And definitely check out elmlore.com. In the bottom there should be a link to the wiki, and I'll get you to the rest of the site anyways. And we'll see you on the next episode when we start getting right into the mapping.